Good day everyone, this is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and it's Sunday the 3rd of November 2019, and this is the weekly analysis for Euro, Cable and Aussie dollar for the first week of November. Let's start off with the Euro, and on the daily chart you can see that it has been climbing throughout the week after and recovering from the previous week's retracement, forming this V-shaped recovery. We can also take a look at the weekly time frame, and you can see that yes, it has recovered basically all of the previous week's retracement and back into the intermediate resistance level, just right at this level here at 111.60 area, and it's attempting to retest the previous high of the previous week, and if it does break above that, then right above it is the key resistance zone centered around the 112.00 level, and where the daily 200 EMA is sitting at as well. So if it does break out higher, that's potentially going to be a resistance area that it could react and could be rejected, at least in the interim, before any attempt to try to breach that level again. Let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame, and it's finding support from this lower channel trend line and climbing back up above, and it has broken out higher, and this intermediate support zone is where the 55 period EMA is coming up to, just around the 111.20 level. So we'll see what the weekly pivots will be for next week, because that's the next support level. Currently it's at 111.11. It's likely going to rise a bit higher. Let's switch to the daily time frame, and there isn't any key news for the euro this week except some Eurozone services PMIs on Wednesday. Other than that, there's nothing on the calendar. And the US as well, there's only a minor ISM non-manufacturing PMI on Tuesday, so nothing of note for this week. And last week after the rate cut, the euro and all the other majors have benefited from that. And then on the Friday with the non-farm payroll, which was slightly better than expected, it did dip lower, but then after that it managed to recover as the US ISM manufacturing PMI came out worse than expected. Alright, let's take a look at the cable. And on the daily time frame, the cable, it's a similar situation as the euro, where it's managed to recover almost as a V-shaped formation as the euro as well, and still short of retesting the previous week's high at the 130.13 level. Just fell short of the 130.00 level as well, and just hitting the weekly R1, and we'll see whether it's able to consolidate and build up more momentum to break this critical resistance zone. Let's switch to the 4-hour time frame. And this is the intermediate support zone now. Previously it was a resistance. And this lower fib area, I think we can move this with another support zone right at the 55 period EMA, along with the weekly period, but that will change next from tomorrow. It's likely to creep up a bit higher, but potentially if it does dip lower, retrace lower, that could be a support zone with the 55 period EMA before reaching the 21 fib retracement level. Extend this support zone. This is a bigger support zone at 128.00. We can leave this a bit. Leave this bearish channel there. It's already broken out of it. Let's go back to the daily time frame and take a quick look at the weekly time frame as well. And you will see this bullish close for the week. There could be some more bullish momentum to break through higher, but we'll see over the next couple of days. There is a key event with the Bank of England announcing their rate and monetary policy decision on Thursday, so we'll see what happens there. Other than that, there's no other news for the UK this week, and now that Brexit has already been delayed till the end of January next year, with a flex extension depending on when the Parliament votes through the withdrawal bill, which is only going to happen after the general election now, which is scheduled for 12th of December, where Prime Minister Boris Johnson hopes to garner some more seats to gain a majority. And likewise on the US side, the news is also very light, so we'll see whether there's more technical trading for the rest of this week until the BOE news. The BOE is not expected to cut rates at this time, and they'll have to wait and see because the Brexit has already been delayed and there's also a general election coming up, so they'll have to rely on the economic data and until the UK eventually leaves the EU. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. And the Aussie dollar has continued to climb up higher. We can change this fib to an extension. And after breaking above the previous swing high, it has climbed up higher and reached the weekly R2 level above the 0.6900 round figure. So we'll see whether that's going to hold as support or whether it's just an intermediate break with further retracement. This could be a potential support, intermediate support as well, where the previous swing high is at 0.6883. Let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. So we'll see whether that support holds or whether the 0.6900 support will hold. And below that as well, there's the rising 55 period EMA at the 0.6860 area. So there's a number of support zones now. There are a number of news out of Australia this week. The key one is on Tuesday with the RBA announcing their rate and monetary policy decisions, but they are unlikely to raise rates just like the BOE. They'll probably have to hold and wait and see. Other than that, there's retail sales figures on Monday, trade balance on Thursday, and the release of the RBA's statements on Friday. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the weekly time frame as well, and yes, it's a bullish, very bullish close with a new high or a break above the previous swing highs. So there is possible continuation move higher. The 200 daily 200 EMA is at 0.6946. So that could be a possible target as well for this week. Okay, so in the meantime, do watch out for my other videos on spot gold and dollar yen, as well as the Ichimoku analysis for euro and cable. We'll follow up on Tuesday on our daily analysis, and have a good trading week then. Cheers.